We were, we were in the battlefield of Lanka with the last of the 5 great warriors who had proceeded to the battlefield after the fall of the greatest of Rakshasas, Kumbhakarna. The incredible death of Kumbhakarna, after which 3 sons of Ravana, 2 of his brothers, 5 of them had taken off together. Each of them a great hero, none of whom had seen ever any defeat in any battle. And we saw last time the 4 of them being down, and the 5th, the greatest of those 5, and perhaps the warrior only next to Kumbhakarna in all of Lanka. The great son of Ravana, Atikaya, in the battlefield. And we saw how Rama had gazed at him in wonder as he had come onto the battlefield in his glorious chariot driven by 1,000 donkeys. Atikaya, who had put the fear of death into the minds of all apes who had seen him, because they thought of Kumbhakarna come back alive, so huge and humongous he was, and so glorious his presence in the battlefield. When he had come, Sri Rama had asked Yudhishthira, "Who is this bowman who reminds me?" Huh? Vibhishana. Yes, Vibhishana. Who is this bowman with the mountainous body, chariot, riding in a chariot driven by 1,000 donkeys? Reminds me of Maheshwara with the Bhutaganas. Who is the tiger among Rakshasas who is lighting up the battlefield with the splendor of 1,000 suns? Who has got a chariot which is flying the emblem of Rahu? His chariot contains 8 quivers, frightful crossbows, his bows with bowstrings of red gold. There are 2 swords in his chariot, one on either side of him, each sword having hilt which is 4 hands long and blades which are clear 10 hands in length. This great warrior, this resolute warrior, with his neck decked with red flowers, with his huge body and massive mouth, he resembles Kala himself. Vibhishana, his serene face shines between his ear pendants like the full moon in the arms of Punarvasu. Tell me, Vibhishana, who this great Rakshasa is, at the very sight of whom all the apes are fleeing in terror. And Vibhishana had told him, this is the son of Ravana, his equal in battle. All great virtues attend upon this son of Ravana. He has ably, sincerely served men who have grown old in age and wisdom. He has at his command all the learning of the Vedas, and he is the first among those who have mastered the celestial missiles. He is esteemed for his fighting on any terrain and on any type of situation. He can fight from the horseback with the sword, he can fight from the elephant back with the noose, and he can fight from the chariot with the bow. He is equally adept in the ways of Samadana, Bheda, Danda. He is master of Niti. and he is a master of mantra. He, on the strength of whose arm Lanka sleeps without fear, that son born to Dhanyamalini, know him Rama to be of name Atikaya. His heart purified by tapasya, he propitiated Brahma, and he obtained mastery over many a missile and victory over all his enemies. Brahma, the Lord of creation, has granted him a boon, exempting him from death at the hands of all celestials and Danavas. And Brahma also gave him this wonderful armor that he is wearing, as well as this chariot, which is shining like the sun. Atikaya has defeated Devas and Danavas hundreds of times. And in battle he immobilized the Yuddha of Indra. And he struck off the Pasha from Varuna's hand. Such is Atikaya, the son of Ravana, the foremost of Rakshasas. Therefore, Rama, you must exert your utmost. You must exert your utmost strength against him before he destroys the whole ape force. As he was saying this, Atikaya had launched his attack. Mainda, Dvivida, Kumuda, Neela, Sharabha, 5 great ape chiefs had launched a combined attack from all sides on Atikaya, simultaneously hurling trees at him. You can know the massive, the damage the trees can cause. 5 huge trees hurled at him with cyclonic speed. Atikaya made short work of that attack and counterattacked, injuring all these ape chiefs. One shot each. So formidable was he. As he just drove into that ape army, he was like a young lion, peak of youth, raging in pride, running into a herd of deer, striking terror. Valmiki says that the great Atikaya struck nobody. He struck nobody who did not strike him first or who did not strike him back. He did not strike anybody who was unable to fight back. The Atikaya, with his bow and quiver of arrows, he just cut through the ape army, went directly and parked his chariot in front of Rama, and with great pride and haughtiness, he spoke to him. What did he say? Ratham stito, we ended there, we start from there now. Rathe stitoham sharachapapani na prakritam kanchana yodhayami yasyasti shaktir vyavasaya yukto dadatu me kshipramihadya yuddham. Rathe stitoham sharachapapani. I am seated in my chariot with my bow and arrow in hand. Na prakritam kanchana yodhayami. I shall not fight a commoner. I shall not fight with all and sundry. If anybody dares, let him come quickly and fight with me. Lakshmana, who was standing there, who heard this, was roused to anger. He picked up his bow and he gave it a mighty twang. Hearing the twang, Atikaya turned his huge head towards him. He was astonished by the twang itself. He turned towards Lakshmana and he spoke to him. Balas tvamasi saumitre vikrameshva vichakshana gacchatim kala sankasham mam yodhaitumicchasi. Saumitre, Balas tvamasi. You are a child, Saumitri. You are a boy. Vikrameshu avichakshana. You are still not exposed, Savitri. You don't have the experience. You have not proven yourself in the field where valor has to be displayed. Why do you want to take me on? Gotcha. Go away. Just go away. Why do you wish to fight me? The peer of Kala the destroyer. Neither the sky, nor the earth, nor the Himalaya can withstand Atikaya's attack. Would you like to fight the fire of Pralaya with your bare hands? Put down your bow and go back. Go back, Lakshmana. Do not invite death from me. But if you insist, then prepare to go to Yamaloka, as my arrows shall drink your blood like a lion drinks his kills. Lakshmana replied, words do not weigh in the battlefield. Atikaya, action does. Show me first what you are capable of. Do not brag. Shoot what you want. Let me see. And having seen that, after that I shall dislodge your head from your body like a ripe fruit is dislodged by the wind. बालोऽयमिति विज्ञाय नाचावज्ञातुमर्हसि बालो वा यदि वा वृद्धो मृत्युं जानीहि संयुगे बालेन विष्णुना लोकाः प्रयक्रान्ताः त्रिविक्रमैः बालोऽयमिति विज्ञाय न च अवज्ञातुमर्हसि. Thinking that calling me a child or knowing me to a young boy, don't make little of me. Don't underestimate me. Don't insult me. What does it matter? Balo va yadi va vruddho. Maybe a boy, maybe an old man. Whatever it is that I am. No need to be your death. Balena Vishnuna Loka Treha Kranta Trikramayi. It was a boy, Vishnu, who actually took the 3 steps to measure the worlds. Having said this, hearing this, the game was on. Atikaya was first to attack. He picked up an arrow to shoot, and the whole sky gathered with the Adharas, the Rishis, the Bhutas, the Devatas, the Daityas, the Gokyakas, all of them, great personages crowded in the sky to see the fight. Atikaya shot first at Lakshmana, and his arrow came as if it would gobble up the sky. It came hissing like a venomous serpent towards Lakshmana, and Lakshmana cut it down mid-flight. He cut it down mid-flight with a half-moon arrow. Seeing it cut to pieces, Atikaya, in double fury, he took 5 arrows in hand and shot them simultaneously at Lakshmana. But before they could reach him, Bharata's younger brother had cut them to pieces with his sharp arrow. Having done that, Lakshmana took out a razor-sharp arrow that seemed to glow like the sun with splendor. He fitted it to his great bow, he drew it to its full length, and he shot it at Atikaya. And that arrow shot with the bow drawn to its full length, shot by Lakshmana directly at Atikaya's face. It went and lodged itself in Atikaya's forehead. Salalate sharo magna tasya bhimasya rakshasah tadrishe shonite nakta pannagendra ivachale. That arrow hurled in the forehead of the Rakshasa, it went and lodged itself. It looked like as if a serpent smeared with blood was entering a mountain. Rakshasa Prachakampeta Lakshmaneshu Prapidita Rudraprana Hatam Ghoram Yatha Tripura Gopuram. And when that arrow went and boom, lodged itself in Atikaya's forehead, the great mighty Atikaya, he rocked. How did he rock? He rocked on his feet. He says, like the Tripura Gopuram, the Gopura and the three cities. When Lord Shiva had shot an arrow, the Gopuram rocked, which I had never known to rock. Actually, the story is he destroyed Tripura not by any arrow. He destroyed by laughing at him. Shiva's laughter. Anyway, going back here. So he rocked. Chintayamasa chashvasya vrimishya cha mahavalah sadhubana nipatena shlagano Paranipatena swashaganiyosi me ripuhu. But quickly he regained his self-possession, Atikaya. He pondered over the matter and he told Lakshmana, Sadhu, done well. Done well. The force of the arrow shows that you are a foe worthy of my esteem. Saying this, he snapped his mouth shut, he held his arm close to his side, he sat in his seat and moved the chariot. The great Rakshasa drew out arrows in maneuvers which are staggering to the eye. You take one, he'll take three, he'll take five, he'll take seven. He'll fit them to his bow and shoot them simultaneously at Lakshmana. Gold-decked shafts, striking like death, flew from the arrow of the great Rakshasa, lighting up the sky with the sun-like splendor. But Lakshmana, he composedly, systematically cut to pieces these formations of arrows coming at him from all sides at all times. The flood of arrows. And Atikaya, furious to see that, he took out a mighty arrow, fitted it to his bow, and struck Saumitri, Lakshmana, on his breast. Hit by Atikaya, Saumitri shed great quantities of blood, like an elephant which was pouring ichor. Sachakaratmanam. There was an arrow which had bitten into his chest and he was bleeding. Sachakaratmanam vishalyam sahasa vivuh jagraha chasaram tikshnam astrenapi samadade. Here Valmiki says, refers to Lakshmana, Sachakar tadatmanam vishalya sahasa vibhuhu. Vibhuhu he calls him, the all-powerful Lord. The all-powerful Lord, that means Lakshmana, he's calling Lakshmana. The all-powerful Lord instantly healed himself, freed himself from pain. And taking out the powerful arrow, another powerful arrow from his quiver, fitted it in his bow. Thereupon, that arrow started blazing in the bow of the mighty one. The powerful Atikaya, too, taking out a powerful arrow that looked like a serpent, he invoked in that arrow, in the arrow that he took in his hand, Atikaya invoked the power of the missile presided over by Surya. And Lakshmana shot at Atikaya his arrow, but Atikaya, seeing infuriated with the arrow that was coming towards him, he let fly his arrow. Lakshmana's arrow was infused with with the power of Agni. Atikaya's arrow was infused with Surya Bhagavan. The two arrows clashed with each other, burnt each other, both fell down, reduced to ashes. Not a spark was left in either of them, and both the arrows had lost all the luster. Thereupon Atikaya, in great anger, he shot an arrow in which he invoked the Aishiki missile. You may recall in Bharatam, Ashwatthama had invoked that missile to kill the baby in the womb. Atikaya invoked the Aishiki missile, but the strong Lakshmana cut it down with an arrow which was infused with the power of Rudrastra. Seeing this, Ravana's son shot another arrow, now invoked with the power of Yama himself. Lakshmana struck it down with the power of Vayu. To me it seems Prana. And in great rage, he showered Atikaya with a perfect fusillade of arrows like a rain cloud showering down a torrent of rain. Those arrows hit Atikaya from all sides on his armor, on his body, on his armor. Beautiful armor decked with jewels. It went and struck him from all sides, hit with the greatest power of Lakshmana, hundreds of arrows going and hitting him, but they all just hit that armor, they got their points blunted and they fell down. They were ineffective. Thousands of arrows of Lakshmana, no use. His armor was impenetrable, and Atikaya did not suffer the slightest of pain. Lakshmana could inflict no further wound on him. And as he was looking at what to do, the wind god came to him. Vayu Bhagavan came to Lakshmana. Sometimes in Ramayana these forces will come to play. He comes to Saumitri and tells him, Brahmadattavaru yesha avadhya kavachavrata brahmenaastrena bindyenam esha vadhyo hinanyatha avadhya esha anyesham astranam kavachi bali. Brahmadattavaru yesha. This Atikaya has got a boon from Brahma. Avadhya kavachavrata, by which he has got this armor which he is wearing, which is absolutely impenetrable. He cannot be killed when he is wearing this armor. And this armor can be only cut down by Brahmastra and nothing else. He cannot be killed otherwise. Hearing what Vayu said, Lakshmana took out an arrow which would suffer no obstruction, took it in his hand and invoked the missile of Brahma. When the great missile was being sent by Saumitri with that arrow, the 10 directions were terrified. So was the moon, the sun, the great planet, the sky and the earth, they all trembled. Uniting Brahma's missile with that arrow of golden shaft, which was like the messenger of death, and launching it from his bow, he shot it. He shot it at the son of Ravana. Atikaya saw that arrow coming towards him, and he tried to evade it. He would try to hit it from every which way he knew, with sharp arrows, but it was coming to him with the speed of Garuda. It was coming down upon him. It was near with all his wits about him. He didn't lose his wits even to the last second. With all his wits about him, he attacked that weapon. He attacked that weapon which blazed like the conflagration of Pralaya. He attacked it with his spear, with his sword, with his mace, with his battle axe, with his arrows, everything. But that arrow would not stop. That arrow flaming like fire. It simply reduced to importance every weapon that stood in its way. It just went straight. It straight went for the throat of Atikaya. It simply went and took off Atikaya's head. Atikaya's head, adorned with the crown, with the diadem, so lovingly put by Ravana before he went into the battlefield. It went, and that head with the headgear, butchered by Lakshmana's arrow, simply took off and tumbled down like a Himalaya peak. On seeing him fall down, those Rakshasas who had escaped slaughter till now, they simply fled. And the apes were all hiding till now. They all came out with their faces looking like blooming lotuses, full of smiles, fully smiling. They went and they patted Lakshmana, joy in great joy. They honored him. Lakshmana, who had gained victory, killing this enemy of irresistible might. Meanwhile, in Lanka, Ravana, waiting for the news of what happened. Rakshasas came in and appraised him. 3 sons gone, 2 brothers gone, 20 eyes filled with tears. He brimmed with tears and he fell. He fell, he fainted. Then he came to consciousness and he lamented. He lamented. Dhumraksha was first to go. Dhumraksha could not tolerate even the idea of an enemy. That an enemy could exist would set him into a paroxysm of anger. Such a Dhumraksha died. Then Akampana died. Then Prahasta was killed. Then the most mightiest of warriors, my own brother, the greatest, Kumbhakarna, was killed. All warriors who had in their life not known defeat. Great warriors who were masters of every kind of weapon were all slain, killed. These 2 brothers, they were tied down they were bound by the weapon of Indrajit, with arrows that were charged with special powers which he had got by the boon of God. But those brothers, Rama and Lakshmana, they got free from those dreaded bonds. Those were bonds which nobody could have got freedom from. Not Asuras, not Kinnaras, Gandharvas, Yakshas. No one could have got broken free from those bonds of that missile which Indrajit had used. I have no idea what were the special powers that these brothers had by which they got free. What magic power do they have? What overpowering force do they possess? And now, Atikaya gone. How? How? I am unable, I don't have a clue. I don't know how on earth these 2 brothers are to be overcome. Aho subalavan Ramo mahadastra balam cha vai yasya vikramamasadya rakshasa nidhanam gata. Aho subalavan Ramo. Oh, how tremendously strong this Rama is. Mahadastra balam cha vai. What great mastery of weapons he has. Yasya vikramama sadhya rakshasa nidhanam gata. From whose onslaught the greatest of Rakshasas have perished. Rammanye raghavam veeram narayanamanamayam tadbhayadhipuralanka pitadvaritorana. I conclude I believe, I can only conclude that the great Raghava is none other than Narayana himself. Tammanye Raghavam Veeram Narayana Manamayam. He is none other than Narayana himself of flawless perfection. It is because of fear of him that Lanka today remains with all its doors, outer doors, inner doors, all of them shut and locked. He gathered himself, he gave fresh orders that all defenses are to be doubled, all vulnerable points are to be counter-checked. But he was in great despair. His 3 sons, 2 brothers had died. After giving orders what to do to others, he sought privacy. He retired to his home to grieve alone over his slain sons. He went inside his room and he wept. ततस्तु राजानमुद्वीक्ष्य दीनं शोकार्णवे संपरिपुप्लुवानं रथर्षभो राक्षसराजसूनो तमन्द्रजित् वाक्यमिदं बभाषे. Seeing him plunged in despair and weeping, to him came his great son, Indrajit. Ratharshabho, the Rishabha of Rathis, the greatest of charioteers. He spoke to his father and told him, Natatamoham pratigantum arhase Yathendrajit jivati nairutesha Nendrari bana bihato hikachit prana samartha samare vipatum Natatamoham pratigantum arhase. Father, it is not right that you should be. It is not correct that you should feel dazed and you should feel lost, Father. It is not correct when Indrajit is alive. Indrajit still lives, Father. For no one in the world who is assailed by the arrows of the foe of Indra can escape with his life. O King. Pashyadya Ramam Saha Lakshmanena Madbana Nirbhinna Vikirna Deham Gatayusham Bhumitale Shayanam Shitai Sharairachita Sarvagatram. Today you will see. Please see today. Pashyadya. Today please see Rama and Lakshmana together stretched out on the battlefield lifeless. Their bodies broken and scattered with my arrows sticking all over them. Imam pratigyam shunu shakra satro sunichita paurushadaiva yuktam ajyaiva ramam sa lakshmanena santarpaishyami sharairamoghaihi. Imam pratigyam shunu shakra satro. O enemy of Indra, he tells his father, O enemy of Indra, please listen to this pledge of mine. Sunichitam paurushadaiva yuktam. I swear to you by all the gods and by my own valor, I swear to you, this is the solemn vow of the foe of Indra, that I shall today, Ajjaiva, today itself, Ramam Saha Lakshmanena, Rama along with Lakshmana, Santarpaishyami. I shall offer them as oblations to my unmatchable, to my undefeatable, unfaceable arrows. Indra, Vaivasvata, Vishnu, Mitra, Sadhya, Ashwin, Agni, Surya, Chandra shall all seem a measureless power They shall see the exploits of Indrajit today, which will be awe-striking, like Vishnu in Mahabali's sacrificial ground. He didn't wait for no permission from his father. He had given him this pledge. He got up. He took leave. He said, I'll go now. He got into his chariot, his beautiful chariot with his powerful asses which drew it and which could move with the speed of wind. And he proceeded forthwith to the battlefield, riding the chariot which is called the chariot of Indras, the great chariot of his. Many strong warriors of our Rakshasas, armed with splendid bows, followed the mighty Indrajit, delighted at the prospect of fighting alongside him. Some were riding on elephant back, some were on superb horses. They were all armed with all kinds of weapons, clubs, swords, axes, maces, all of that, and they're singing his praises. They're singing the praise of Ravana. And they went on the way. And there he was, Sashanka Shashivarnena Chatrena, Sashanka Shashivarnena Chatrena Ripurudana, Raja Pratipurnena Nabaschandra Basayatha. Conches were blowing full blast. The drums were roaring. And the umbrella of the state of Lanka, dazzling white umbrella, white like the conch shell or the moon, which was held above the crown of the great Indrajit as he stood in the chariot. Under that umbrella, Indrajit with his luster of his own, and all the great noises of the conches and the drums. He reminded, Valmiki says, he looked like the sky lit up by the full moon. The valiant Indrajit, the foremost of bowmen, was fanned by great and beautiful fly whisks with golden handles decorated with gold. And as he set out, Ravana looked. He called him. And he spoke to him and he told him, Tumma pratiratah putra tvaya vaivasavojitah kim punar manusham dharsyam nihanishyasi raghavam tatokto rakshasendrena pratyagrannan mahashisha. Putra, son. My dear son, Toma Pratirata, there is no charioteer equal to you. Toyavai Vasavojita, by you Indra has been beaten. Kim Punar Manusham. What then is a mere man? What then to speak of a mere mortal? For sure you will kill Rama. You will kill Rama, however difficult he may be. And he blessed him. And Indrajit accepted his great blessings. Pratyagrannan Mahashisha. Great blessing. And at that moment, Lanka shone with the luster of Indrajit, the non-parallel warrior of sun-like splendor, like the sun shines, like the sky shines when the sun is at midday. Like that, Lanka was blazing. Indrajit was going out to war with a pledge to kill Rama and Lakshmana that very day. He reached the battlefield. He stationed, as soon as he reached the battlefield, he quickly stationed a host of Rakshasas all around him, circled him. Tarastu hutabhoktaram hutabhuk sadrisha prabha juhuve rakshasa shrestho mantravan mantra sattamai sahavir laj sanskarai malyagandha puraskatai juhuve pavakam tatra rakshasendra pratapavan. The great Rakshasa of fire bright luster shine in the body, that great Rakshasa, he quickly lit up a Homakunda, And he offered oblations in the fire with Juhuve Rakshasashresto Mantravan Mantrasaktamai. He, pro- he offered oblations in the fire with proper rites of vidhivat, in proper manner, absolutely correct procedure, muttering the appropriate mantras. The valiant chief of Rakshasas, he propitiated the god of fire, Agni Bhagavan, with, with properly consecrated oblations of Havirlaj Sanskarai, of puffed rice, perfumed with flowers and scents, he offered in the fire. That sacrificial rite was performed with weapons serving for reeds. Instead of reeds, he used weapons. It had the chips of the Vibhishika tree serving as fuel. He used red pieces of cloth in that rite that he was doing, and the sacrificial ladle, which usually made of wood. Instead of that, he was using ones made of iron. He kindled the fire. He surrounded the fire with his weapons, tomaras, etc., which are used. The fire is usually surrounded by kusha leaves, kusha grass reeds. Instead of that, he kept weapons. And then he offered in it, that fire, the head of a black sheep whose neck he had severed. Till today, this sacrifice goes on. Not just here in Pakistan. Before the plane, they inaugurated the first one, black sheep thing. You can see in the internet. Sakradev samidhasya vidhomasya mahartishah bubhuvusthani lingani vijayam yanya darshayan. Immediately, when he had performed his rite from the great fire of which he had set ablaze, there rose great flames from that fire at once, and those flames were without smoke, and they gave every single sign that he looked for, which showed to him that today was a day of victory. All the signs that he had seen in the past, that victory is his, were there. Pradakshināvarta shikastapta kāñcana sannibha havistat pratijagraha pavakah swayamutthitah. Agni Bhagavan himself arose from the fire. Fire god rising the fire in his own person. He was adorned with jewels of polished gold, and around him he was encircled by tongues of flame. Agni Bhagavan, his dress is of flames, and those flames were revolving from left to right around him, and he received the oblations from Indrajit. And from that fire, Indrajit invoked with appropriate mantra, he invoked the missile presided over by Brahma. He uttered magic spells over his bow, his chariot, and everything around him that he needed. Tasminna hoyamane stre, hoyamane cha pavake, sarkagrahe dunakshatrair vitatrasana bastalam. And the great Brahmastra was invoked, summoned, and oblations were being offered into the fire, summoning that. The earth shook. The earth shook, the planets shook, the moon shook, the stars shook. Indrajit was invoking the Brahmastra. Having propitiated the fire, Indrajit, who was shining himself like the fire, who was the equal of Mahendra himself, having got what he wanted, he made himself invisible. He made himself invisible and was up in the sky. He couldn't be seen. He was up in the sky, and with him was his sword, his chariot, his horses, his charioteer. Everything was completely invisible up in the sky by virtue of the unimaginable powers that he had acquired by his mantra shakti. The Rakshasa army marched. They were eager for the battle. They let off strident shouts. They marched and they started the slaughter of the apes. They slew the apes with arrows of every description and with every kind of weapon that they have, the tomaras, the goats, everything else. And the angry son of Ravana, Indrajit, applauded them from the sky, saying, "Fight." His voice would be heard to them. Fight joyfully, he told them. Fight joyfully, with a will slaughter the enemies, he told them. Slaughter the monkeys. And the Rakshasa are yelling for victory. They are smashing, they were dismantling the apes in front of them. And he himself, from unseen, from his perch in the sky, and he could move across the sky. You would never know where he is. He is let loose, started systematically shooting arrows at the apes. The apes, they had tried in one body to be of one mind to pursue where it's coming from and try to pursue the son of Ravana wherever he may be in the sky. But the powerful Indrajit simply hacked and hewed the apes. He butchered them. With a single arrow, he destroyed, he cut down apes 5, 7, 9 at a time. He was immense, he was completely, nothing could be done about him, and the great Indrajit, he tore apart the monkeys. Their limbs were mangled. They were in agony. They tumbled in the battlefield. They fell down like great asuras whose dreams had been dashed down by the devas. Like that they fell. Apes were falling. They just ran hither and thither in agony, in pain. Their bodies torn apart, covered with blood, minds gone. They couldn't think. They were all trying to make a resolve. They were all resolving each other for Rama's sake, even if it cost our life. Even if it cost our life for Rama's sake, etc. They let great shouts, they armed themselves with rocks, they tried to face him. But no. He tore the ape army with arrows that burned the earth like fire and as if a rain of poison, which was being showered on them. He struck the great Gandhamadana with 18 sharp arrows. He assailed Nala, who was farther away, with 9 arrows. He attacked Mainda with 7 arrows. He hit Mainda in the vitals. He hit Gaja with 5. He hit Jambavan with 10 arrows. He hit Neela with 30 arrows. With sharp arrows, which he had derived from the power of his wounds, he struck Sugriva, he struck Rishabha, he struck Angada, he struck Dvivida. He left them all senseless in the battlefield. He systematically went after each ape chief. He was like the fire of Pralaya, with his blazing arrows, sun-like arrows, which just reached their target swift and straight it went. He smashed into the army, So the apes, he was in supreme delight to see the havoc that he had caused. He saw that he had numbed into insensibility. He quickly moved here and there in the sky. He stationed himself wherever he wanted and rained down a savage shower of arrows, as if There was a the cloud burst like that, the arrows are coming from the sky. And all the apes, their bodies are massive wounds. They fell where they stood, like as if a mountain had been struck down by Indra, Vajrayuda. They were all falling, utter chaos. There was no coordination left. They were all undone by the magic of Indrajit. All that they saw were sharp arrows falling. They could not see who was shooting, where he was shooting from, nothing. And they could not see anywhere else because he was hiding all the directions. They were simply hacked as they tumbled to the ground. Some were looking up at the sky. As they looked up at the sky, they were hit in the eye. He would hit them in the eye. They dare look up. Indrajit. So they tried to shield themselves behind each other. One ape tried to hide behind the other, and they were all falling down. They were all falling down. The foremost of Rakshas hit every one of the great apes. He hit Hanuman, Sugriva, Angada, Gandhamadana, Jambavan, Sushena, Vegadarshi, Mainda, Dvivida, Neela, Gavaksha, Gaja, Gomukha, Kesari, Hariloma, Vidyuddamshra, Suryanana, Jyotirmukha, Tadimukha, Pravakaksha, Nala, Kumuda, all of them. Indrajit alone. Warming himself up to take on Rama and Lakshmana. He dismantled everyone around the two. And having done that, he began his reign on Rama and Lakshmana. Soon Rama and Lakshmana are facing an incessant downpour of arrows. Boom, 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 it was increasing. Valmiki says, Rama of marvelous glory no more minded them than if there were so many bouts of rain. But he looked earnestly at Lakshmana and told him, Asau punar Lakshmana rakshasendru brahmastramaashritya surendra shatruhu Nipatayitva harisainyam asman shitaihi sharairardayati prasaktam. Here is this great Rakshasa again, Lakshmana. The enemy of the king of gods is employing the celestial weapon which is sacred to Brahma. Having overthrown the formidable ape forces, he is now bombarding you and me with his arrows. Swayambhuva dattavaro mahatma samastito antarito bhimakaya katam nu shakyo yudinashta deho nihanti madhye indrajit yuddhatastra. Having been granted the boon by Brahma, how then can we slay Indrajit? How can we slay Indrajit when we cannot even see him? He has taken a stand in the sky. He is hidden from you. He is busy making use of all the weapons that he has. Manye swayambhur bhagavan chintya tasyaidastram prabhavascha yosya banavapatam tvamihati dhiman maya sahavyagramanaha sahasva. Manye swayambhur bhagavan chintya tasyaidastram prabhavascha yosya. What the power of this weapon is inconceivable, Lakshmana, that he is using. This weapon of Brahma, its power cannot even be imagined. This weapon which has been authored by Brahma. Therefore, O wise one, he tells Lakshmana, let us put up calmly with this shower of arrows. But you cannot beat them, endure it. Let us put up with it. The great Rakshasa has obscured all the quarters from view by the torrential downpour of arrows. We cannot see anywhere. And the chief of apes, the commander-in-chief, the great king of apes, with all the heroes fallen, the king of apes himself is a melancholy sight, Lakshmi. आवां तु दृष्ट्वा पतितौ विसंज्ञौ निवृत्तयुद्धौ गतहर्षरोषौ ध्रुवं प्रवेक्ष्यत्यमदारिभासम् असौ समादाय रणाग्रलक्ष्मीम्. So let us now put up calmly with the shower of arrows. And when he sees, and when he sees that we fall, and we shall fall, when he sees that we too are fallen down senseless, fighting no more, with no more fight in us, and we show no signs of anger or joy, he will without a doubt return to the abode of the enemy of gods. He will without a doubt return to Lanka, having won the first honors of the battle. Then accordingly, the two of them fell. To all appearance unconscious, indeed unconscious, struck down by Indrajit's spate of arrows. The great Rama and the great Lakshmana fell in the battlefield. And Indrajit shouted in joy. He shouted in joy from the sky. Having inflicted havoc, complete destruction, decimation to the ape army as well as to Rama and Lakshmana, in victorious jubilation, he quickly returned to Lanka. The city guarded by the immensely strong arm of the Sugriva. On that note, we'll conclude here today. Har Nama Parvati Pate
Har Mahadeva
Janaki Kanta Smaranam
Jai Jai Rama Rama
Radhika Jivana Smaranam
Govinda Govinda
Vel Muruganukku
Har Haro Hara
Sadguru Swaminah
Jai
Anjaneya Swaminah
Jai